Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time joining me, you're welcome. My name is Tinuke and welcome to another segment of Tkayspeaks. If this is your first time here, Tkayspeaks is just a segment on my channel where we discuss about different things as I feel led to share, okay? So today, as you can tell by the thumbnail of this video, we're talking about is flirting cheating? Like when you're flirting with somebody, if you flirt with somebody, have you cheated on your partner? If you're in a relationship, if you're married, is it okay to flirt with another person? And if you flirt, have you cheated on your partner? I won't talk about this because I was talking to a friend recently, and he had a little issue with flirting with somebody, and his partner found out, and his partner expressly told him that he cheated on her. And he's like, I didn't cheat. Yes, I was flirting with this person. There were chats and all those kind of suggestive words and content, but I never did anything physical with this person, so I didn't cheat. He also said, oh, the person is in a different continent. There is never ever any chance of them actually meeting up and acting on whatever they were saying on their chats. That's so he doesn't feel like he cheated. So that's why we're going to be discussing this today. If you're in a relationship, if you're married, is flirting considered cheating? And I feel like this is one of those controversial subjects because there's a very thin line. Okay, there's a very thin line between flirting and cheating. Short, so thin, so thin. All right, so that's what we're going to be discussing here today. If you're here to subscribe, click that subscribe button and let's jump right into the video. So firstly, we're going to start by defining what is flirting. I mean, let's just get a definition out there. Let's throw it out in the open so that we can decide if flirting is cheating. Okay, so I googled it here, so I'm just looking at my phone, and it says flirting is a form of social and sexual behavior. So flirting is a social and sexual behavior. It's involving playful. So that means flirting usually starts off playful, okay, and often indirect, verbal and non-verbal cues. Okay, so flirting can be indirectly, it can be verbal when you're chatting and you're talking and you're giving suggestive content, or it is non-verbal. For example, you like somebody and you're just, oh, that's when you wear your shortest skirt and you'll be walking and you'll be twisting around that place. Those are non-verbal cues. Or maybe you're touching the person, like the guy be like, oh, I love your beard. That is flirting. That is non-verbal flirting, okay? And all of this is suggesting that you have an interest or an attraction in another person, okay? So basically, when you take it upon yourself to go and flirt with somebody, you're not just flirting with any random person. You're flirting with somebody that you feel attracted to. Let's just put like that's what the dictionary is saying. It's saying it suggests interest or attraction to another person. I didn't say this. That's what Google is telling me. That when you're flirting with somebody, it's somebody you're interested in. It's somebody that you are attracted to. Now let's answer the question: is flirting cheating? I've said this in my other video. Where I talked about 10 things that I have learned about marriage. If you haven't watched it, I'll link it up here for you guys so you can go watch it. It's a very, very good one, and you guys are going to learn a lot of things from that video. Now, I did say in that video that marriage is not an antidote that you cannot fall in love with somebody, not fall in love, that you cannot be attracted to somebody, that you cannot like somebody else. Marriage doesn't stop that from happening, okay? So as a married person, as a person that is in a relationship, you can see somebody and just have a certain kind of attraction towards that person. Now, what you do with that attraction is where the issue is, okay? Now, the attraction isn't necessarily the problem, okay? You can be attracted to somebody and remove yourself from that circumstance. I shared in my previous video how I wanted to start liking somebody and I immediately removed myself from that situation. I told my husband and we like, oh, I wasn't going to talk to the person, blah, blah, blah. And before I knew it was gone, okay? So that's attraction or the fact that you feel like you're liking somebody or that you like somebody else that is not your partner is not necessarily the issue, because all those things can be contained, all those things can be worked on. The problem, and this is now where the thin line is, the problem is when you take action, right? When you take action on that attraction, right? So immediately it leaves, or you feel attracted or that you like somebody and you go further to take action on it, and start flirting with that person. When you're flirting with somebody, you're giving the person clues, you're giving the person cues that you like the person, that you are sexually attracted to that person. Immediately you take that action. Yes, you have cheated. Yes, flirting is cheating because it's no longer in your mind. You have let it leave your mind and you have started taking action towards it. I don't know if that makes sense. You have let it leave the thoughts of your heart. You have let it leave the thoughts of your heart and you have taken action towards making the other person know that I'm into you, towards making the other person know that I like you. And for what gain? Let's just put it out there. Why are you flirting? For what gain? Are you trying to tell me that you're flirting for flirting's sake? What is the end goal of flirting? Most times it's for sexual relationship, right? It's never just flirting, okay? I said it that sin, and I was telling my friend, that I had this conversation with, I said sin is so crazy. It's so crazy. You might start off with, we're just flirting, we're just chatting, we're just saying nasty stuff and dirty stuff to ourselves. We don't know. We are not living in the same continent. We are never going to see each other. I told him, I said, before you know it, somebody is on a plane traveling to go meet up with the next person. Yes. And the truth is, immediately you give in to start flirting with somebody and you are in a relationship, you are cheating on your partner. You guys are not talking about rice and beans and stew. You are talking about sexual things. You are flirting. If not, why are you hiding it? Why are you deleting your chat? Person said, I forgot to delete the chat. If you know that it is not wrong, if you know that it's not going to lead to something else, why are you deleting it? If you guys are just gisting as friends, how are you, what's up, and you're just gisting about your life in general, you won't feel the need to go and delete chats, okay? So basically, it's not the attraction now that is the problem. The problem is that instead of you working on that attraction and taking yourself out of that situation because you know that you are married or that you are in a relationship, you take it further and act on that attraction, which is what flirting is. Flirting is when you start to give verbal, non-verbal cues that you are attracted to this person. It started with when we Googled it, it said sexual behavior. You start to give sexual tones, sexual ideas that you are attracted to this person. Yes, once you do that, you have cheated on your partner. So if you're one of those people that are flirt and you're like, no, I'm not cheating, I didn't do anything physical, I hate to break it to you. There are different ways to cheat on your partner. It's not only until you get physical. Yes, it's not until you get physical. Some people don't even consider kissing another person as cheating. They feel like as long as you have not done the main thing, you haven't cheated. I hate to break it to you. Flirting is cheating. Kissing another person is cheating. There are different ways to cheat on your partner, and there's something called micro-cheating. There are little things that you do that aggregate to form the big things. Okay, there are little things that you do to your partner that will aggregate to form you to become macro cheating. That's when you are having a full-blown affair that is physical, that is emotional, and that is in every aspect cheating. Okay, so there's something called macro cheating. Macro cheating, for example, is flirting. Yes, flirting is macro cheating. You may not have done the main thing, but you are on your way there. You have started. Those sexual things that you're supposed to be telling your spouse, you have begun to tell somebody else. Yes, I like the way you look. I like the way you dress. I like the way you move. I like the way you do this. Those are things that you should be telling your spouse. And I spoke about it in my other video. I said, why are people shy of telling their spouses things, but they can tell another person elsewhere those things? I want to understand it. Why are you? Because, when I spoke to this person, it's not like he doesn't love his wife or anything. They love each other. He loves his wife. And I'm like, why are you? And I told him, I said, any nasty thing, any thing that you want to say that you felt comfortable saying to this other person, feel free to tell it to your wife. Yes. Whatever you guys are talking about, I don't know what people say when they're flirting, honestly, because I've never really been there. I can't say I know for a fact, but I just feel like there must be sexual cues and things like that. Whatever it is that you feel like you can say to somebody else, go and say it to your wife at home. Whatever sexual cues you want to give another woman outside, give it to your wife at home. Yes, give it to your wife at home. So flirting is a form of micro cheating. Another form of micro cheating is emotional, when you're cheating emotionally, when you start to have feelings for somebody else, okay? It goes from likeness, and before you know it, you're in love with somebody else. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have gone physical. Once you start to have emotional feelings for somebody, and you don't remove yourself from that situation, because like I said, these things may happen, but how you handle them has a long role to play on how it affects your marriage. Is it possible that you start talking to somebody with just a clear mind, okay? Just a clear mind. And before you know it, you start to get fond of the person. Before you know it, you start to develop feelings for the person. Before you know it, you are in love with this person. And that's how it happens. Now, when you realize that you're starting to get fond of this person, what you're supposed to do as a person is to remove yourself from that situation. Remove yourself from that entire triangle. Okay? That's what you're supposed to do. But what happens a lot of times is that people continue to say, I haven't cheated, just because they haven't gone physical. I haven't cheated. You have kissed. I haven't cheated. You have touched each other. I haven't cheated. You have cheated. So when you start to have emotional feelings for another person that is not your spouse, it is also considered as cheating. When something that you cannot say to your wife at home, you have said it to somebody else outside, you are cheating on your spouse. Let's not look at cheating in the picture of is only when I get physical. And I feel like that's something that is wrong in a lot of times with men. They feel it's only when they get physical. No, let's not look at it like that. You are doing something that it should be done to only your wife. You are saying sexual things that you should only say to your wife. You are saying it to somebody outside, and you think that's not cheating. My brother, you are cheating. My sister, you are also cheating. So let's not look at it from, oh, it's only physical. No. There are layers to this thing. And like I said, micro cheating adds up to form the big scale. It adds up to form macro cheating. It adds up to form full-blown adultery. It adds up to form full-blown infidelity. So we don't start what you cannot finish. And can I say, what is the reason for flirting with somebody else? What is the reason? I don't know. I tried to think about it. When I was talking to my friend, I'm just like, why? What is the reason? It's not vibes. There's nothing cool about it. I think guys take it as vibes. There's nothing vibing about that. You are hurting your partner. You are destroying trust. Nobody would like it to pick up their partner's phone and they begin to see suggestive sexual chats between their partner and another person. Whether it's the man or the woman that is doing it now, nobody likes to see that. Those are things that are kept for you and your partner. These are things that you shouldn't share with somebody else. And that's why I said there's a thin line between flirting and cheating. Very, very, very thin line. It's so thin. You will not know when you have crossed. And flirting is an action. It is an action. It's a verb, and a verb is an action word. And that's why I said immediately you take action on the attraction that you are feeling, on the likeness that you are feeling. Immediately you take action on it, instead of removing yourself from that situation so that you can go deal with it and you can, come out better from that situation. Instead, you take action to go flirt with that person, to go give the person suggestive sexual, cues or whatever it is. Immediately you do that, you have cheated on your partner. And I would like to also share from a biblical standpoint, just to buttress my point, okay? So I'm going to read from Matthew 5:27. Matthew 5:27, King James Version, and this was Jesus talking. He said, ye have heard that it was said by them of old, thou shalt not commit adultery. Like, we're talking of the main thing now. But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her, had committed adultery with her already in his heart. I need to put off my data because messages keep dropping. It says, has committed adultery with her in his heart. So the Bible even says that immediately you start to think about it, making you look at somebody lustfully, right? Lost in your heart. Lost is you have looked at the person like, oh, I wish I can have this person. Or you have thought, you understand? I don't want to, I don't want to use too much content in YouTube for YouTube will tell me that. But you guys get, immediately you look at the person lustfully, the Bible says that you have committed adultery. So don't see cheating as only physical. It's not only physical. Even when you think it in your heart, the Bible is saying that you have, making you start lusting about another person. You have committed adultery. How much more when you now pick your phone and start chatting those lustful things to the person? No. If the Bible is telling you now that if you think it in your heart, you just look at somebody lustfully, you have committed adultery. How much more when you start chatting your lust to the person, when you start opening your mouth and giving those verbal cues to the person about how you are lusting after the person, how much more? No, how much more? So if you're in the school of thought that cheating is only physical, I'm here to break it to you. It's a lie. It's a lie. Cheating is not only physical, all right? It is emotional. It is verbal. Yes, you can cheat verbally. You can cheat verbally, yes. When you begin to say nonsense to another person, you have cheated on your spouse. These things are all encompassing. And like I said, they add up to form the big picture of actually getting physical. I shared it in my other video. I said, sin thrives in secrecy. And that's why that your chat, that you're chatting with another person, that whatever you are doing, you are deleting it. No, don't come from the angle like the person said, there is no how that me and this person would have been able to see physically. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. You guys will do it to a point that the only thing that will be doing both of you's body, the only thing that will be in you people's mind, you would have said so much suggestive things on the phone. How I'm going to handle you when I see you. How I'm going to do all this. How I'm going to do all that. You would have said so much suggestive things on phone that the only thing that will be left and that will be in your brain is how to take it out of chat and make it physical. I don't buy it. I'm not one of those people that buy, we're never going to be able to see each other. This person is in a different country. Hello, have you not heard of flights? Have you not heard of flights? Have you not heard of flights? Have you not heard of visas? Yes. What is stopping the person from getting on a plane and coming to see you? Or what is stopping you one day from getting on a plane when it becomes too much? Do you understand? And anything that you have to delete from your phone so that your partner will not see, anything that you have to delete from your phone that your partner will not see, let me tell you something, you have already started your way to cheating. You're already on your way there. Yes, you're already on your way there. You can also, do you know you can also cheat on your partner financially when you don't disclose your finances to your partner? Do you know that is also cheating? Like I said, there is no one way to cheat. It's not until you get physical. There's financial cheating. There's some people that don't know what their husband's worth are. All these people that will say that they are testing you, they are testing you, they are testing you. They don't want you to know so that they will know if you can stay with them. They don't want to know. They want to know if you're materialistic. That's also a form of cheating. Yes. What do you mean you don't know what your partner has? What do you mean by that? That's a form of cheating. Yes, you're cheating on your partner financially. Yes. So that your partner will not be able to know how much to tax you inside the house. Yeah, that's also a form of cheating. So I digress. I don't buy that you cannot, both of you cannot find your way because you are in different continents. You're so far apart. There's a place that you will get it to. You will do this, you're flirting to. That all that will be left, all that you will think about, all that you will yearn for, all your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul will be yearning for is how to take whatever you guys have been saying, because you cannot keep enticing somebody. It's just like somebody putting, I don't know what's your favorite food now. Like, let me say my favorite food is, let me say something I like a sweet thing that I like. Like I like to eat sweets. I don't really like to eat sweets, but I like let me say like a cookie. Like one of my favorite cookies now. It's like somebody dangling it in my nose. Dangling it in my nose. At a point, I will grab it. At a point, I will not even care. Like, I will just grab it. You see all these people that do all these ice cream things where they will put it on a stick, you try to grab it, where you put it. That's how flirting is. They are flirting with you. That's how flirting is. You are dangling something that the person wants. You are dangling it in front of them like this. Like this. This is how you're doing. This is it. You are dangling that sexual behavior, sexual content. You are dangling it in front of the person. You are dangling it in front of the person and you say, take, then you draw it back, then you take, then you before the person grabs it, you draw it back. That's what flirting is. It will get to the time that the person will not, all the person wants to do is just grab it and let me even see what, if this thing that the person is telling me, if it matches up. So I don't believe it for a day. I don't believe it for a day that flirting will not lead you to cheat. I don't believe it will not lead to the physical one. I don't believe it for a day. You will do it to a point that it will take you to where you said you were not going. Okay? So in conclusion, and to wrap up all that we have spoken about today, I said the attraction might not necessarily be the problem because you can remove yourself from the situation and just work on it, okay? The problem is the action you put into that attraction is going further to give the person suggestive cues that you're attracted to them, because you never even know the person might be attracted to you too. And before you know it, attraction means attraction, it becomes physical. So it's not necessarily the attraction. You can sort that out, right? And from the definition of flirting, you flirt with somebody that you're attracted to. You cannot see somebody that you don't like, physically and start flirting with the person. Can we just agree on that? You cannot flirt with somebody that you are not attracted to in one way or another, right? There must be some sort of attraction for you to flirt with that person. So putting it out there, you cannot flirt with somebody that you're not attracted to in one way or another, right? Now that is out there, the problem is that you acted on that attraction and started flirting with the person. You could have kept that attraction to yourself. Yes, you could have kept it to yourself, or you could have told your partner, and both of you could have sorted it out. You could have removed yourself from that situation. Yeah. Yes, you could have done that. But instead of doing that, you took it a step further. You acted on it. The action now is the problem. You acted on it and going further to, give the person suggestive cues that, oh, I like you, I'm attracted to you, suggestive behavior and all those kind of things, verbal behavior, sexual tones. You are giving it to that person to let the person know that, okay, yeah, this is how I feel about you. Yes, once you start to do that, which you have defined as flirting, you have cheated on your partner. Cheating is not only physical. If there's one thing that you take away from this video, cheating is not only physical. I also said that there are also, little things that we call micro cheating. There are little things that you do to your partner that aggregate to form the big thing. One big thing, one is flirting, right? I said one is emotional, when you start to feel, when you start to have emotional feelings towards somebody, and instead of removing yourself from that situation, you start to act, you continue there. You can see that you are liking somebody. You can see, you know that you like this person and you are married, you are in a serious relationship, or you are in any relationship, you know that you're starting to like somebody. Instead of removing yourself from that situation to deal with it, you instead continue and pursue it. You have started to cheat on your partner emotionally. And we also read in the Bible said once you think it in your heart, once you lust after somebody in your heart, you have committed adultery. That means once you think it in your heart, that's it, adultery. How much more when you chat those things and verbally say it? So let nobody gaslight you. Let nobody gaslight you to tell you that flirting is not cheating. Let nobody gaslight you to tell you that, well, we're only chatting. I didn't cheat. Yeah, you cheated. Yeah. And a lot of men are what's the word now? Are found in this, flirting box. They feel like it's a safe place for them to be, where they can still relate with other women without taking it too far. Do you understand? Too far as in physical. But what they fail to realize is that staying in that place leads you too far. Staying in that place leads you too far. Ask anybody that has cheated. I've not cheated, so I don't know. And God is my strength. I will never find myself there. But I feel they just feel like it's a place where they can still play around without taking it to the extreme. But what they do not understand is that place is what leads to the extreme. And the minute we all start seeing, and every woman start calling out flirting for what it is, cheating, I think the sooner these men get it, the sooner they get it. Flirting is cheating, and not just men alone, because anytime I'm talking, I don't like to talk about men alone, because women too, we do our own. So the minute that you as a woman or you as a man get it, that flirting with another person is cheating, I think it removes that ambiguity, that flirting is different from cheating. The minute we all begin to call it what it is, the minute we begin to call it for what it is, because his wife said, you have cheated on me. And as in, you have cheated, there's nothing you can tell me. You have cheated on me. I don't care if you guys have never seen each other. The man does not agree. But I said, she's not wrong. She's not even wrong. If everybody begins to call it out for what it is, there won't be any ambiguity about it. They will not be like, oh, this is flirting, then cheating is one far place. Both of them, they're like this. See them, brother and sister. That's why I said there's a very fine line. What's separating it there? It's very thin. It's like the space in between this my hand. Very tiny. Just so small. And cheating is like a broad word. It's very broad. And flirting, all those things, they are inside. Do you understand? So that's all I have to say about this topic. If you have a contrary opinion, or if you just want to share, your thoughts on this subject, do you think flirting is cheating? If you're flirting with somebody, have you cheated on your partner or your spouse? Let me know in the comment section. I would really like to get your thoughts. And this is one subject that I feel like maybe in the future, I'll bring somebody, on the channel where we can really talk about it and rub minds. And I'm really hoping that on this, section of Tkayspeaks, I can have other women that are so sound, to just come and share their words of wisdom on different topics. Really, it's not just necessarily about marriage or anything, about different topics, finances, about navigating motherhood, navigating because see that motherhood thing is one of the things I want to learn as well. So I wish I would try to bring more people on the channel that can speak to each and every one of us on these topics. All right, so if you guys have enjoyed watching, let me know in the comment section, and if you have any video requests, please drop it for me. I would do well to see if I can film about it. If I can't, I might find somebody that is well versed in the topic, and I'll ask the person to come speak on it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye.